23. Come on, 24. One more, David.
Who's
one more
to carry the boats?
Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays. In their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. People need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There is no 5K. There's no, I'm going to get into school to be this or that and still perform to the highest level. Because what people don't get is one day that thing's going to come up. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. Nothing is permanent.
Weak people hate strong minds. And there's an infestation of weak people in this fucking world. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch. You're honestly, and that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are a bitch. Real men ain't doing it. Real men don't care about that gossipy bullshit. Get to work, man. That's it.
Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit with no guarantee of success.
People don't want to see you better than them. That's what it comes down to. You make them feel good about themselves when you're fat and lazy, and you make them feel like shit when you come from the depths of hell and decide to fucking make it. There's enough food and pie for everybody to eat. Don't hate a motherfucker because he works harder than you.
You got to strategize on each problem you have in life. Slowly break down that problem. Don't think about all the problems you have, just one at a time. And before you know it, you fix all these problems, but you cannot focus on all of them. Just on the one thing at a time.
I'm just being a bitch. When I say bitch, it's not gender specific. It's a mindset. In Gogglish, it means weak, soft, feel sorry for yourself. Get your ass up and lace them up. I put a video up of some fucking feet, 10-second video. And you all got so much to say about it. My balance is fucked up. This and that. Is this the message you really want to put out there, Goggins? Fuck yeah, that's the fucking message I want to put out there. That's what effort fucking looks like.
People cap themselves. They look at somebody, and because their mind can't imagine it, they then start talking shit. He has to be doing this, or he has to be doing that. There has to be some trick. There has to be some potion. This is bullshit. No, it's because you cannot allow your mind to open up for the possibility of it can be done. There's no luck in this game, man. It may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might fucking happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation, man. When you care more about how someone's judging you, you're gonna stay right there. There's no forward momentum.
One thing in life, we are taught how to drive cars, how to read, how to write, how to pay bills. We're taught all these things in life. We are not taught how to fight, mentally fight. Very few of us have the courage to fight for what we really want. We sit back, we bitch, we complain, we moan. Learn to armor your mind.
That's the pride in which you have as a man, is that you see your mom, you see your girl, you see your kids, you see all this shit. You see them doing well. That's all a real man wants. They don't give a fuck about how they dress, how they look, what they're driving. They don't give a shit. Because why? Your trophies are your family, and they're all walking around. Every man that sees you, they see you walking in with some sweatpants and shit, but they know your family's fucking balling because you put the fucking time in, you put the effort in, you put the work in. And as a man, we don't want none of that shit. We just want fucking respect.
One thing in life, if you live in a glass motherfucking house, don't throw fucking stones.
We have to always remember our purpose will always be there. I have nothing in front of me right now. No race, no nothing. But the purpose is myself. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. On those bad days, when you think that you're alone, you just might be. Because you know why? No one else wants to fucking do it. So you be the motherfucker that always gets it done.
But then again, if you always think that we're humans, you will always just be a human and always make the same fucking mistakes. You must take this knowledge that you learn from all this shit is knowledge. So I'm just trying to give people that strength to go in the archives of your life. Because while you're probably fucked up, it's probably something happened to you in your life. Go through the archives, dig it up, study it, and then use it for yourself.
See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth.
All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And, that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. A real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. That's why you will never, ever hear me dropping somebody's name, running my mouth about somebody.
You gotta learn yourself, know how to wake yourself up. But if you don't show up in the best shape of your life, your mind is worthless to you, so your savage is fucking dead. I hate that damn mentality, but I can't get a break. You aren't giving any breaks in life. You make them for yourself. We are all being tested in life. While my test is different than yours, you will be tested. And how you face that test and how you overcome that test determines the rest of your life. The one mentality that you must have in life is that regardless of what's in front of you, you still must grind. I'll never be in the Olympics. I'll never be a professional athlete, but still I grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me down a dark alley, run at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing. I was grinding. Never do the bare minimum.
So 2 guys asked me to help them train for a marathon. Oh, but they picked a shitty day to train. It's 40 degrees, raining, windy, nasty. Those cats are inside the treadmill. You can't let conditions dictate your outcome. They believe that if it rains or snows, or it's too windy, they may cancel the fucking marathon. They ain't canceling shit. You better train with whatever conditions they fucking give you. The person that usually fucking feels me, she's taking a day off in the car right now. Because it's too nasty. Don't do the same.
You have to go back to where the shit started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you. When you have a real fear of dying and being just another person, that I live to pay the bills. I made $1,000 a month. This is my life. I spray for cockroaches, man. If that makes you feel good, that's great. It didn't make me feel good. I wanted to, the first time in my life, after 26 years, it was 24, 25, wherever I was, I wanted to feel good about myself. It's who you are. You have to undo that shit. And no one came down and trained me on how to be happy, how to find peace, how to do this and that. That's why I'm so glad I found it through suffering. A lot of us are you become complacent. You become very civilized in life. The worst thing that can happen to a person is you become civilized. When you get to that point where you believe that you've arrived, and that's exactly when it's over. That mindset right there to me is death. I'm not saying you can go as hard as you did when you were 20 or now at 43, but there's a new bar that you must always set in your life. And once you become complacent and you become civilized, you've arrived, you're no good for anybody. There are no good old days. There are no good old days. You gotta go back and use it for strength, man, but it's where you're at now. There was no growth until I cut myself down to nothing, to the person I really was, the real human being. And once I found out who I really was, that's when I started growing.
Who are you on those days you don't want to do things? It's easy to conquer when it's good weather. You got good sleep, work's going good, the family's good, you feel great, your body's not injured. Those are the easy days to conquer. But who are you on those fucking days when all hell's broke loose? Your body's fucked up. You're sore. You're depressed. You're miserable. You're not the favorite person at school. You might be getting bullied. You might be falling behind in life. Who are you on those days? When shit's all fucked up. That's the great divide. Those people who get up on those days, when everything's fucked up and still grind, that's the separator right there. I have a long rehab. It's my first week back running after about 6-7 weeks. I know a lot of you don't understand me. I don't give a shit. But there's one thing I found out. I'm not the smartest motherfucker in the world. If you've been broken once, you know how that shit feels. That means, fuck it. Try and break me again. One thing in life, suffering has no expiration date. It don't give a fuck if you're black, white, poor, rich, where you come from, how you were raised. It will keep coming after you.
All right, real talk. I hate these kind of videos, man, but a lot of you don't even know who I am. You started following me because you saw some hype video about me talking about carrying boats and logs. I had to invent that person because the person who I was came from a very dark place. I've been getting tons of emails, very heavy emails, from very young, mostly men who are struggling with insecurity, depression, and they weigh on me. I can't answer them all. But I'll tell you this right now. I can relate to what you're going through. This picture right here, it paints a life of a man struggling to be where he is today. The battle was real. I had to learn to callous my mind, armor my mind, and deal with the demons. I didn't have the resources that you all have today. A lot of you follow people, you look up to people, you admire them, all these different things. A 1-minute video that you see on Instagram is not going to get you where you need to go. You got to start reading information, going on, finding resources that will help you get to where you need to go. You got to change yourselves. Self-respect, self-discipline. I get people bitching and complaining to me all the time about their setbacks, their hurdles, their limitations in life. I've been hitting setbacks, limitations, and hurdles since I was born. Nothing in my life came easy. Hey, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I was 300 pounds. Hey, lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months, maybe you get a chance to try out. Finally, I become a Navy SEAL. Guess what? Hey, David, you got a hole in your heart. You can't dive anymore. We'll kick you out. Hey, what are my options? Well, you can have a heart surgery. Hey, do the heart surgery. Let's fix the hole. Hey, guess what? I have a learning disability, but I want to be valedictorian in my class. How in the world can I do that? Well, you got to study 10 times harder than everybody else. Roger that. You know what? I want to go smoke jump. Well, David, your body's all out of alignment. And the only way you can do that is to go ahead and break your leg. We'll put a plate in it and we'll try to realign your body so you can be a smoke jumper. Roger that. Break the leg. Several days I don't want to do shit. I procrastinate like a motherfucker. This is one of those days, man. I put my shoes and my socks and my shorts on every day. Woke up this morning and just stared at them. Didn't want to do shit. Didn't know why I was doing the shit. A lot of times we forget just how badass we are. So what I do, and I've done for so many years, I write down. I've been writing, so this book right here, this is just about a 3-year book, but I've been writing down for years what I do. So I open up to a page today, look at it, and I go through looking at 18 miles, 16 miles, 17 miles, 15 miles, 16, 116 mile week, 123 mile week, 20, 18, 16, all by myself, training alone, fucking push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, all this shit I write down here to remind me of the work I put into the craft that is myself. And we look up to so many people in this world who will let us down. We're humans. I'm gonna let you down. You're gonna let somebody down. If you put them on a pedestal, you then lose time when that person comes up and lets you down. You must hold yourself accountable, and being your own hero, that's what that does. You make yourself so totally accountable for who you are. You focus on you and only on you to become the best person you could be for others. Because we leave a lot on the table, not searching who we are. And then therefore, you die not knowing your greatest potential. Think about yourself, man, because you're leaving so much on the table for the possibilities of what you can be. Most of life, you're alone. You may have a whole support crew around you, But up here, you're alone. One thing more contagious than a good attitude is a bad one. There'll always be complications and setbacks before the finish line. I said, I don't fucking negotiate with myself. Most of us come out here, we explain away why we can't do shit, and we stick in this negotiation process in our mind. You can't negotiate these things. They're definites. Doubt will fuck you up. You may be better than somebody. You may be a bad motherfucker. If I put doubt in your mind, I guarantee you this. You will start to question your very own ability. We're waiting to find purpose. We're waiting to find why. We're waiting to find all this shit before we start. The thing about it is this. Start now. So when you find your fucking purpose, you find your why, you can get after it. I'd rather someone hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. So in life, you got a decision to make. Don't have these sidebar conversations behind people's backs. Make sure you tell them that they can get better, that they can do better. And there's a way of doing it. The reality of all that is sacrifice. And those dreams quickly become nightmares. But in those nightmares are where our demons lie. That's the domain in which they know we don't want to go into all those early mornings. It wakes up all these things that we failed at. Past childhood drama. Those demons are in those nightmares. That's what keeps us from accomplishing our dreams. A lot of people in life out here are riding the back of the boat. They're ducking that fucking weight. They're part of a team. But you're the weakest person in that team. And everybody knows you're ducking the boat. You don't want that boat to touch your head. You don't want to hurt your neck. But you will be part of the team, but you don't want to do any fucking work. In life, it's important to not always draft. Sometimes you gotta lead and block the fucking wind. But there's one thing about being in dark places. If you have the courage to stay in there long enough, your eyes will start to adjust to the darkness. Your body and mind will always adjust to more suffering, to more pain. If you want to push harder, know this. Your mind quits way before your body does. So you have to be willing to go way into that darkness and find more of yourself. We forget about all those fucking nights, single moms, single dads, fucking people out here who want to lose weight, out here grinding. We forget about the hidden work that we put in, the work when nobody's watching. We forget about all those times we didn't want to do shit, and we did the motherfucker anyway. We live life thanking everybody in the fucking world. But the one person that goes neglected is yourself. Make sure you thank yourself. When you push that hard, you go to the well. Well, my well was fucking empty. The cookie jar in there had stale, moldy cookies. They weren't working no more. Had to find something else. Had to get that conqueror's mindset back. Where I just don't give a shit about anything. Just fucking grind. A lot of people out there talk about they're missing something in their lives. And they don't know what the fuck it is. You don't know what it is because you live in a soft environment 24/7. Learn to get out of it. One thing that helps me out in life is I've learned to anticipate stupid. I've always been headed on. People have been jealous of me, whatever it may be. I've learned to anticipate stupid. So an example of anticipation. If I come up to you and punch you in the gut, it's gonna hurt like hell. But if I warn you, you can prepare yourself for it. And in that preparation, it doesn't hurt as bad. So in life, stop letting people affect your day, affect your life, affect the outcome of what's going to happen to you. Learn to anticipate stupid. Never fight with ignorance. Fight it with intelligence. Let's approach our goals this year with a different mindset, a surgical mindset. When I was in elementary, our science teacher had us get a glass and put in the sink. He said, before you go to bed, turn the faucet on. So this one drip gets into that cup. And by the time you wake up, it'll be full of water. He was teaching us about volume. I didn't learn shit about volume that day. I learned about patience. All I wanted to do was turn that fucking faucet on and fill that glass up. That's not how our goals go. Our goals don't go fast like that. They go like that drip of water. But what I took from it is this. That drip of water was building that endurance in your mind. That drip of water was building that calluses in your mind.
And that's what we need to have. This is a slow process.